You are a 3-time MLB All-Star. You are a 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner. You also contributed to the 2021 World Series, smashed more than 150 home runs. You've driven in over 580 RBIs. You also have over 1,000 hits. You're one of the most dynamic and acrobatic players in the MLB with some of the catches that you make. Out of all these different stats that you hear playing in MLB, what's that mean something to you?
Winning the World Series. When I was a little kid watching Jeter and all these guys get it, it's something that you work your whole life for. Since day one, you start working out in spring training, the goal is to go win the World Series.
But when you got signed in 2017, what did that moment mean to you?
It was, dream come true. Finally get that call of, hey, you're gonna play in the big leagues. To be there and play there is definitely everything.
In 2017, you had a walkout song, Cocoon by the Migos. Do you pick your own walkout songs?
Yes, I do.
The walkout song, when it had the Migos, the whole entire concept of the song is like the rise to fame. Did you purposely pick that song?
Yes, I did.
Because of that? Also in 2026, you have One of One, which is your walkout song, right? And the whole entire, this one's about overcoming adversity, but also like asserting your status as one of one. So you pick it with the correlation themes.
Because of the name too, and I'm number one, so I was like, and Gun is from Atlanta. That's the reason why I did it.
Besides the World Series, what in the league that you've had so far, what was like your one of one moment?
One of one moment in the league, 0 for 4, and came on the line against the Mets. I remember talking to myself, like, hey, you haven't done anything today to help your team win. Like, there is 2 outs, and I come to the plate. I'm like, I gotta do something, base hit, whatever it is, to at least tie the game, and then let somebody else come and win it. I remember facing a pitcher, last name Hunter. He left the pitch down the middle for me. So pretty much the best walk-off that I ever experienced against the Mets. I think that's one of the one-of-one best moments I had in my career.
That was also a cool moment to have the first ever walk-off hit in the Netherlands game. How would that feel?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know about that stat. I was so like happy, jumping and everything that, hey, we won the game. Then after the game, I'm looking at my phone. They're like, yeah, you're the first one to ever done it. I'm like, oh, shoot. All right. So I did something without even knowing about it.
Whenever you kiss and you kind of point up to the sky, is it for your grandfather or is it for your father?
It's actually from my father. My grandfather gave me the first glove and bat when I was 6 years old, but my father always took me to every practice, every tryout to see if I can get signed with a MLB team. He wasn't able to see me play in a professional level, so I always dedicate time for him because without that happening, I wouldn't ever make it.
When you're making some of these sketches, how do you train for something like that?
And you make acrobatic catches and plays. You're working out and jumping and preparing your body for things that you're not aware of it's gonna happen. Make a weird throw and still throw it on the money. Like, that's just part of the game.
Goals that you have set in front of you, what does that look like?
So the next couple of years, what I want to achieve is definitely another World Series with the Atlanta Braves. It's the best moment that you can achieve in baseball.
Now, obviously, we're talking about like the World Series and one of like the biggest moments you have in such a big stage. What was maybe like one of the lowest moments you've had on such a big stage?
The lowest moment, but still, like, it meant a lot for the whole team was when you clinch early. You clinch for the playoff berth early in the season, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks early before everybody's there. It's like you did something great, but at that moment you just clinch, and then you still have to wait 3 weeks till playoff actually starts. So it's like you already did it, but I actually didn't like it as much because you kind of get cool off from being so hyped in the game. And then you got to sit and wait for all the wild card series to finish. And by that time, whoever is hot is going to just stay hot and keep going. And you just chilling at home and waiting. So I didn't like that. That's probably one of the cool side moments that I think we still achieved something great by winning the division, but we didn't make it far into the playoff that year. Yeah.
Now, also, I know we talk about a lot like your routines today and what you do for like your body, how you take care of yourself and all that too. Is there a moment where like, is there something that people have never seen before that you do before a game? Because obviously we've seen like the theatrics when it comes to like you point up and stuff like that. We kind of see those moments. Yeah. But is there like a pregame notion that you go through, basically a process of like, no one's ever really seen this before that you do every single game?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I will say people doesn't know how much it actually takes before we get ready for a game. Most people think you just go to the field at 6 o'clock and play at 7. Like, it doesn't work like that. We go to the field since 2 o'clock, 2:30. There's guys that come even earlier. And, it starts with working out, treatments, do everything. Some people take a nap. Some people don't. Eat well, rest, see a massage therapist or whatever it takes to be ready. So I'll say it's a lot of things that people actually don't know. Um, like I said, people think you just show up and play, like you visiting a store. It doesn't work like the hardest part of the getting ready part for the season comes in the off season. You know, I work out. Normally, I start 3 times a week, ramp it up to 4 or 5 times a week, where it's like from Monday to Friday, I work out every day and hit baseballs every day, and then the weekends I take it off. But in the season, when it starts, you do less of a workout, but you have to play a baseball game every day. So, I mean, baseball is the longest, period of everyday sport that we have in the world. So it's definitely something special. And for the body to hold for all those, I think it's a total of like 8 months in total, where everything with playoff and everything, you need to start in the off season and slowly ramp things up and do all those treatments to stay healthy and play, because it's not easy.
Which I know we talked about a little bit earlier too. Now, obviously, we were talking about as well people who are spending like millions of dollars a year on their body. Do you have a number that you spend on your body each year to make sure you are prepared every single game?
I will say each year I do spend a lot of money on like getting massages and stuff and adjustment on the body. But based on treatment wise, I already have all the machines that I showed you earlier that I do. So to get all those was like a little over 300,000 to just get everything in. And you got to spend money on the body so you can be healthy and feel great. I always have the feeling of you feel good, you play good. So it's all about that. I feel like that's the main key to go play a good baseball game. Yeah.
And even playing too, obviously you play with a lot of great and amazing people. When you were kind of talking about something, you talk about Andrew Jones, correct? That when you were young, you wanted to play in the big leagues with Andrew Jones. You guys both from Curacao, correct? And then when you actually played in the Netherlands game, he was the general manager, correct? What was that experience like, kind of coming full circle? Like when you were younger, wanting to play with somebody in a league like that, but then also hitting, and I'll talk about that afterwards too, breaking a record in the Netherlands with Andrew Jones. Like what was that whole entire dynamic like
No,
for
it's super special to play for a guy that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I mean, he just got into the Hall of Fame, and yes, 10 straight Gold Glove. I mean, it's not an easy position, center field, and he made it look so easy. And I remember meeting him when I was 5 years old for my birthday. My dad surprised me. There's a picture where I'm super mad in the picture, standing there
Yeah.
next to him, because they didn't give me any gift, and actually the gift was to meet him. So I was like, "It's my birthday. I didn't get anything." Blah blah blah. I was fighting my parents, but to play for him as a manager and with him the whole time, and he's super cool. It meant a lot. It meant a lot. I mean, as a little kid watching that on TV, and then now you're there with him, go to dinner with him, and all those things together. It's just things you can never, like, money doesn't bring happiness. Like they always say that. So it's like, I was so happy to just be there. And I never done that before. So when I did it, I was like, this is it. This is a cool moment.
Yeah. Was there like a special moment between you guys that you kind of like reiterated that, like, hey, like I met you when I was 5 years old? Did you ever have that moment with him, or what was that like?
We talked about it.
Yeah.
We showed the pictures.
Like, I truly, be honest with you, when I was, like 16, 17, and they showed me that picture, I was like, I don't even remember that happening. But I then talking to my mom and my parents about it, they were like, yeah, we took you there. You were saying that you were so mad that you didn't get any gift, and we surprised you with Henry Johnson. That, those are,
Cool. Oh, of course. That was also a cool moment to have the first ever walk-off hit in the Netherlands game. How did that feel?
to be honest with you, I did not even know there wasn't a walk-off homer in the WBC, tournament. Didn't even know about that stat. And I did it. Obviously, so excited. We won the game. The most important thing is winning the game. So I was so like happy, jumping and everything, that hey, we won the game, etc., etc. And then after the game, I'm looking at my phone. They're like, yeah, the first one to ever done it. I'm like, oh shoot, all right.
Yeah.
So I did something without even knowing about it.
Yeah,
So I mean, those are cool moments that you will never forget the rest of your life. Like, I don't think I will ever. Like, I already asked, when is the next one? I want to play it again. It's the best. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool moment to watch too.
Yes,
And
it
I feel
was.
like, again, I know we talked about it a little bit earlier too, but can you walk me through the process, the days leading up to the World Series? I feel like anybody who's a fan of baseball or any sport, a big game like that, whether it's a Super Bowl or the World Series, what was like your mindset going into that 2021? You wake up that morning, what's like the first thing?
You talking about the day I woke up to go play the game 6, or the day we played the
Game
first
6.
game? Game 6.
Game
All right.
6.
So I'm gonna start off with saying Game 5.
Okay.
I remember
Adam Duvall hit a grand slam.
and we up by 4, and I'm like, all right, this is it. We are home. We gotta win this game, And then we end up actually losing that game. So that means we have to pack again, travel to Houston again to go play the Astros there in their home, and all we wake up the next day. I didn't even sleep well the night after that because adrenaline is too high.
Of course.
Like it's way, way high. It was a night game. We traveled after the game to an off day and then play. Um, all I told myself was, hey, let's not go to game 7 because we got to win it today. So we had meetings before the games, and then we had a team meeting where we talked to each other and hype each other up, and we were like, this is it. This is one win away. Even though we have 2 more games to win it, but we got to win it tonight.
Yeah.
We're not going to give them any chance. This is like a once in a lifetime things that can happen. It's a pretty tough game. You have to give it all you can to win. So went out there, play, and then we just, outplayed the Houston Astros that year. And that game was meaningful. Like I remember we were winning like 7-0, and they hit the last ground ball to be the last out of the year that year. And I was too excited that I forgot that I had to cover second. So I threw my hands up first.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I got to actually cover. I still made it, but
Yeah, of course.
Dansby already made up his mind to go to first. So I was like,
Yeah.
hey, we got the out. We are World Series champion for life. And it was,
I don't think.
I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't feel real till like a year later. Like I was like, whoa, we did that. That's a super special thing. We did that. Yeah.
No, I'm so good. Too many details. But what was the locker room like after that?
Oh my God.
What?
A big party, like a 3 a.m. club party, I guess, throwing bottles and champagne everywhere. Like, I remember I don't drink, so I don't feel like what drunks feel like, but I was really drunk that day just by drinking champagne. Like, I was completely gone. Like, voice is gone, everything is gone. Like, I don't even remember exactly everything till the next day when I woke up. We had to take a flight home, and they were telling me, you were so like messed up last night. And I was like, what do you mean by that?
Hide the
They show me,
videos.
yeah, they show me videos and stuff. I'm like, I don't even know I was doing that.
Yeah. First and last time you ever drank.
Yes. Like that much,
Hasn't
100%.
since.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question too, because I was kind of going through different things that you do. In 2017, you had a walkout song, "Cocoon" by the Migos. Do you pick your own walkout songs?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yes,
So
I
when I
do.
was going through, I don't know if this is a correlation between the two, but the walkout song when it had the Migos, basically the whole entire concept of the song is like the rise to fame.
Yeah.
Is like what they're doing, how they're building up into a new space. Did you purposely pick that song?
Yes, I did.
Because of that? And then so also in 2026, you have "One of One," which is your walkout song, right? And the whole entire, this one's about overcoming adversity, but also like asserting your status as one of one. Did you purposely pick that because of the, yes. So you pick it with the correlation themes of like,
Because
what
of the
it means
name
to you.
too, and I'm number 1. So I was
Gotcha.
like, and Gun is from Atlanta. So I was like, yeah, I got to go with it. I got to rock it.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's the reason why I did it.
So were you just like listening to the car pretty much? It came on, you're like, I'm going to pick this one? Or it was like, okay.
It was like the album came out. I'm listening to the album. I was like, I like this song. I'm going to actually do
pick
it. I mean, one of one.
Yeah.
Might as well do it.
That's dope. Now, even with 101 too, like when it comes to it, what do you feel like the most like one-on-one moment that you've ever had? Besides the World Series, like what in the league that you've had so far, what was like your
One of one moment in the league? Yeah.
what's like a crazy catch, crazy play? What's the ones that get the Marlins play? Like what was like your...
I will say I got pretty tough on myself in 2023 when either team had everybody with a hit, and I was like 0 for 4 and game on the line against the Mets. I got to go back to that one. I remember talking to myself, I was like, hey, you haven't done anything today to help your team win. Like, there is 2 outs. I think it was 10th inning or 9th inning. I don't remember exactly. And I come to the plate. I'm like, I got to do something, base hit, whatever it is to at least tie the game and then let somebody else come and win it. And I remember facing pitcher, last name Hunter. He left the pitch down the middle for me. So I had a walk-off. Pretty much the best walk-off that I ever experienced. Not because I did it, but just the way against the Mets. And you know how it is when you play your rivalry team. Like everybody's trying to beat each other up, obviously. So I think that's one of one best moments I had in my career. I mean, it was lit up. Like they did not stop jumping and screaming and throwing ice buckets at me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like reliving that moment right now
Oh
too.
yes. I'm literally talking to
Yeah.
you and it's spinning in my head. The video is
Spinning
like
in mine too.
yes.
How many
Yes.
moments do you kind of replay when you are going through things? Like when you're on the field itself, it's obviously different when you watch yourself back in highlights, right? Like what moments do you kind of replay on the daily? Whether it's failures, also it's success. What's like
I want.
That I just said is number one.
okay.
I will go back to when, we had all those playoff run and you remember all the good stuff that happened through that year. Soler hitting the ball like way out of the stadium and stuff like that. That's stuff you don't see every day in the game. And for it to happen in a World Series where it means a lot for everybody, those are the special moments that I think you always repeat and it keeps rewinding every single day in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
The minute I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's like it's already in your mind.
of course.
The video plays, and replays all.
That's dope. Now, even with that too, like, what is your guys' team dynamic like? Because obviously you have a lot of heavy hitters on your team. You have a lot of great players, but also great coaching staff as well. What's like the environment like? 'Cause it seems like you're kind of like you're like one of the most likable players in the MLB, right? Just like who you are, your personality, what you do, how you give out. What is that kind of dynamic like when it comes to the players around you and like how they reciprocate that?
Yeah, the players around, in the team.
Like they just amazing players. Like I'm not saying like they just he's a guy he can hit homers. No, like they have great attitude. They have great like as a human being they are great people. And when you see them do such a great job at a big stage like MLB where the level is so high, it's just hey guys, you guys are mentally prepared for stuff like this. The game is tough, man. I'm telling you. Most people think it's just go hit a baseball. I guarantee you, all those people that say it's just go hit a baseball and they tell you like, hey, you suck, blah blah blah. I'm gonna give them the bat and the ball. They can't do anything. Like it's just it takes a lot of reps, a lot of energy, a lot of focus and all that in the game to be where all these guys are. So I mean, to be around guys like that, it's probably one of the best moments that you can have. You spend more time with a teammate than you spend with your own family. So just think about that. How crazy that can be.
No, of course. Now, do you have like a player that sticks out the most to you? I feel like this year that maybe is like someone you maybe are mentoring or even someone that's more close, like one of the younger guys that you're kind of like trying to mentor in this space.
That stand out the most to me.
Yeah.
I will say I gotta go with my teammate Baldwin. Man, he's balling. He's he's a guy that you see him and you say, oh, he's a great catcher, but he can do it all. He can run, he can catch, he can hit, he can throw guys out. He stand out a lot. I mean, you see a young guy coming up and do what he does best. It's special for him, and he's like as a like I just said earlier, as a human being, he's a great guy. So that you want to be around people like that and just be good with him and be better with him because he sets the tone. Like he walks in, he's always ready. Like he's on the roll. Like that's the best thing you can have when you're doing good.
So now, even with the players too, like if you are somebody, for instance, you go back and you kind of picture yourself back home, for instance, about to get into the sport of baseball, what would you almost tell your younger self or people who are trying to get into the space in the sport? Know what you know now, somebody who has a dream of wanting to play at this level, because you talk about people who are like, oh, I can easily hit a ball. It's just hitting a ball, da-da-da. I think players who actually play the game, right, they know it's way more than that. What would be like one piece that you maybe learned from somebody who's mentored you in a way, or something that you could tell somebody else that is almost like who has a dream of playing the MLB or even just playing at a collegiate level? What would you kind of give advice to?
Well, one thing the advice I will give.
Like if I look at my younger self, I will say, thank God I didn't give up because there was so many moments where I was like, oh, I'm gonna just let it be because there's things that happen in life and it's tough. But I will definitely tell anybody out there that my main thing was never give up on your dreams. That was the main thing I always carry with myself. And I got here to the States in 2013 for the first time. And, it was rough being alone I was alone for like 4 years and living hotel life, apartment life, six guys in a apartment. I mean, that's just the minor leagues back in the day. It used to be really, really, really rough. So um, I told most people what you are going to go through to make it to the big leagues is not easy. People think You guys have money, blah blah blah. It's not all that. It's about just you have to do things to be better every day. You gotta know that you're an example for the little kids coming up. You can't do this, you can't do that. Like there is so much you have to worry about, and at the same time you have to do good on the field. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. So, um, one thing I always tell little kids is you can't give up. Like no matter what the situation is, no matter what happened, I've been there. I know exactly how I feel. It sucks, but you just gotta keep giving it 100.
That's awesome. And then even like, cause I with that too is like, who has influenced your mindset of baseball the most?
A lot. I would say through the minors, we really didn't have like a special guy that I can go to and tell like, hey, this is going on, blah blah blah. It's like you got to figure it out on yourself, and that's what I mean with it's tough to do. But then on the other side, when I got to the big leagues, I met Ron Washington. He was like the biggest mentor of my life. I'm not gonna just make this up. If you watch the games from 2017 when I made it till he was with us in 23, he was literally on my ass every single day, like every single day. Hey, you need to do this to be better. You need to do this to be better. In spring training, we were out there at like 6:45, already 100 ground balls taken. The sun didn't even rise yet. It's like a little bit of light. Hey, let's go work. Like that's just the way he does things, and he prepares you to be mentally ready for things. Because he said, if you're mentally ready for the situation, your physics is just gonna take place. Like you mentally know if he hits this ball hard to me, I'm going to home plate. If he hits it slow, I'm going to first. Like he already prepared you for those moments before it even happen. Like that's why this game is so important when you anticipate the play before it even happen. Like you gotta just set it up before everything happened. Then that's baseball, and it's a game of adjustment. So if you can't flush today and make adjustment, it's gonna be a long year for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, even speaking of adjustments too, I think I called you earlier the most acrobatic player in the MLB. When you're making some of these sketches, it's just based off all instinct? How do you train for something like that?
Yes, I mean in the off season you do a lot of jumps.
Okay. So
Box
you are training for
jumping.
doing
You
these
do.
things.
You
Okay,
have to
okay.
kind of train for
Yeah.
it.
If you want to be better at the game, you have to do.
Extra stuff to be better. I mean, you make acrobatic catches and plays and all these stuff. They don't. They obviously happen in the game and they look like, oh, he just did that. It's how did he do that? It looks. You don't see something like that every day, but you working out and jumping and preparing your body for things that you are not aware of it's gonna happen. They happen here and there all the time, where you have to dive for a ball, jump for a ball, make a weird throw, and still throw it on the money. Like that's just part of the game.
Yeah, 100%. Talk about doing things that other people wouldn't do. I know we're in downstairs and we look at the Kobe's, right? The Mamba mentality mindset of that. Have you ever picked up any of like the Mamba mentality to where you kind of even gauge inspiration of like knowing what it took to be in this level to where you almost took that same mindset of like whatever it takes? And like, how do you actually live that out day in and day out?
Yeah, I actually did because I was earlier in my career worrying about how I'm supposed to do something so people don't think this of me and all that. And it got to the point where it was like, hey, I just got to put my mind to go do what makes me happy and makes sense for me. And that's how I start doing things. And till today, I do it the same way where I don't care what you're gonna think about me. I'm gonna do what makes me better and makes me help my team get wins. And even if it's diving for a ball, if I have to run through a guy to like make sure my teammate are good, like we send a message that hey, we're not gonna be playing like little kids here. We're gonna play rough. We gotta do it. You gotta battle with your teammates. So it's us. Like we always say, it's us versus us. Like if we are together, doesn't matter who we play.
Facts. I mean, speaking of battles too, I know just the most recent thing that came out, right? But like when you see the fight with Soler that happened recently, right? Speaking of battling, right?
Yeah.
You kind of see the clip happening, right? You see everyone running, and then you see running into almost, it looks like, kind of break up the fight. But I think people don't see either is like your guys' general manager laid an absolute haymaker. You guys practice that too?
We don't practice stuff like that, but
I know he is a guy that
he used to do stuff like that before.
Yeah.
Um, he's a guy that's really strong. I'm not gonna lie. He works out like crazy. I always walk in the gym and see him working out. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with him. I respect that guy. Yes, sir. No, sir. That's it. I'm not gonna try any luck with him.
Yeah.
And as you see him, that's just who he is. So, um, yeah, that fight happened. It's part of the game. It happens. It happens like I'll say at least once, twice a year.
Yeah.
Every year we play.
Sounds like a
It's just emotion. Yeah, emotions from the game too. You get, you know, Soler hit the homer and then he gets hit and then a ball comes close to him. I get it. But when there is 250-pound guy going at it, I'm 180-pound. I mean, I ain't gonna stand in the middle of that. I just stayed out. I wait, and then I just stuck to both. I was like, hey, already happened. Flush. Let's go to Mars and Jute. And I'm happy we actually stopped the fight. It didn't become bigger
100%.
because people can get hurt and all that too. So,
But you talk about the emotion of the game too.
yeah, it's just.
And I feel like it's the
emotion of
biggest
game.
thing that happens too. I think it's like, especially as an athlete in that space, I think people don't realize when you talk about how they make it look so easy. There's so much emotions that happen, I think, on a deeper level every day. And I think even the mental toil that you guys go through. I think again, the part of it we see on the side of like a game that happens at 7 o'clock. There's also a lot of mental preparation.
Oh,
We're going through it today too with like your process and how you do what you do and what that looks like. I feel like that's one of the most disregarded things in the game, or at least when it comes to this sport, in any sport, this level, because I think everyone looks at the physical attributes of what somebody does. They can grade them that way. We've seen Moneyball, right? We know how it works, what this position is, what that position does. But on the emotional side, what's something that like you kind of help with that process? Like, what do you do to kind of help with the emotions that come with this?
You get emotional over a lot of things.
Like you can strike out, slam your bat down because you're telling yourself, I suck at this moment. I should have done better. I should have done this. Like mentally, if you don't stay strong, like I said, like it's 0 for 1. You have 3 more ABs to go throughout the day. If you're already giving up early in the game, the other ones are just going to be a waste of at bats. I see it that way. So till the game is not over, you can't be telling yourself all those crazy stuff. And even when the game is over, I still try to tell myself positive things. And sometimes, the mind works a big, big role into getting emotional. So, but going back to the emotional side, we have to, we prepare ourselves mentally since like before we go to the meetings before our game plan we have it's 5:30 every single day for a night game. So you kind of have to prepare how you're gonna attack the opposing team and then talk to yourself and get yourself ready. Everybody kind of does their own preparation on that side. I have my own. Acuna has his own. Mike Harris has his own. Olsen has his different stuff. Like that's just the way the game is. And some people, like to go to the jacuzzi before, relax. Some people like to take a nap, massage, work out, whatever the case might be. And those are emotions that you go through. And there's nothing beside what you have actually go through at home. You have, emotion off the field too, but you can't bring that towards the field and towards the game because the game is the game. So you got to just focus on that. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like the last question too is kind of what are you looking forward to come to the next couple of years? What do you feel like do you have a vision? What happens next? Do you have like your goals that you have set in front of you? What does that look like?
I will say definitely one of these again. Go win a World Series again.
Yeah.
I think
that is something that most people play for anyways. Since the day one we had our great big team meeting, the first thing everybody talks about is definitely winning a World Series. So I think from the next couple of years, what I want to achieve is definitely another World Series with the Atlanta Braves. It's, like I said, one of the best moments. So, or the best moment that you can achieve in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man.
oh my God, real? That was amazing. That was sincerely sick. Yeah.